Alright. So, attic on.
Attic light on.
Both bedrooms off.
Okay, that's on. And that's on. Living room and dining room. Oh, I hate your face. Dining room are on. Kitchen's off, right?
Ooh. Do it.
Kitchen is off. Foyer off.
Clear off. Garage.
Okay.
Garage on. Alright. Cellar and waiting room off. Alright, look at the elevator for a minute.
Wait, I need to do art room, right? Oh no, that fuck.
Where is he?
Is this right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2. Oh shit. Where's the elevator? Oh.
Sorry, I should
Oh
not
my
have done that. Inspect planner. P2. Oh, right, because the
Second.
sound.
Oh.
This is my bedroom?
What's happening?
What are we doing in my room? Notes to myself. The time stopped at midnight.
Okay.
A package from Francine. She sent it like a week after I moved. I kept meaning to open it. Why don't you open it now? This is Laura's room.
Okay.
Anything else?
Anything around here? No? I guess I have to go to the
Doesn't
front
look
door.
like it.
Oh. Huh? Cleaning this area up was a lot of work. It was like pulling teeth. But it felt like a good first step. Like the rest would follow.
Oh, I like the possum painting.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's an unopened package from Francine. I let it sit for months.
Okay. So we're starting to, like, remember?
There's like
is
post-its on the wall.
Laura's room. It took me a long time to finally take this sign down.
Ooh.
What's in here?
There's
More
post-its
sticky
everywhere.
Notes.
The
Oh.
bathroom door is open.
Okay. We got a tub full of water.
Curious and concerning. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just saw
more
like a thing
stuff.
there.
Ooh, I hear some goop. I understood why Laura moved out, but it still felt really bad. What?
Isn't there like something else?
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Like right there.
Is it in the kitchen? Oh, I think it's in the kitchen.
There it is, yeah.
Sticky notes. They're all from me.
Ooh.
Oh, meat.
Some of these are really passive-aggressive. In retrospect, these kind of seem excessive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Exposed muscle, breathing slowly. Is this place alive? Made out of meat?
Aren't
Can
we
barely
all made
stand-
out of meat?
Yeah, we're flesh mechas. I can barely stand to think about it. Ill.
Ah!
Mm, mm.
Alright.
Salmon
This
scissors.
is a depression room.
Yep, half a pair of scissors. There's some blood on the blade, like somebody cut themselves, breaking them apart.
Oh, no.
Jesus, I really let this place fall apart.
Yeah, we've been there, babes.
Can I open the door? No.
No.
I can't go back.
Read crumpled letter. Francis. I'm glad. Okay.
Okay.
I just unloaded all my boxes of books. I gotta give you some of these because this awful reading habit of mine makes moving miserable. It's crazy that I can be doing work and know that within 5 miles you're puttering around doing your thing. Congrats on the real, actual book you illustrated, by the way. I know that was always a dream of yours. So proud of you. Look at us, 2 adults with jobs and apartments in the same city. Come check out my dinky little apartment. I want to see your dinky little apartment. I want to see Laura again. Let's go to the museum or the movies or get drunk and play pinball. Heart F.
Aww.
A growing pile of mail. What a mess.
Oh, that's with the door we kept seeing.
Yeah.
With all the mail.
Well.
Okay.
Sticky notes. I didn't know what else to do.
Okay.
Oh, there's a hole
Broken.
in the wall. Some of these are in handwriting I don't recognize. In fact, they're not even words.
Should we go in Laura's room?
Yep. Oh. Just an empty room. For now, and I hate that.
Okay.
The table.
The table's
yeah.
gone. Oh, yeah, there's one right here. Examine clutter. Oh,
Ah!
just gonna walk around? Did I really let it get this bad? Listen, sometimes the depresso hits you real hard. Ew.
Ooh.
It's turning gray, dying. This place is on its last legs. Nope. Sticky notes everywhere. Some of these are in my handwriting. A lot of them are just scrawled, scribbly mess.
Ooh.
Don't have long left.
Okay.
Oh.
Ah. Oh.
It scratches.
Oh, we're the homunculus, like we thought.
Was that thing trapped down here? We're the homunculus. It's us.
Oh, shit.
Bunch of torn up sheets and bandages and paper, all torn and mixed together. Is the killer living here? It's kind of
Made a
pathetic.
nest.
That thing, the killer just keeps banging at the walls trying to get out. Oh no, it's about us. Oh,
Oh, ass. Ass. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's trying to get out.
oh, la, la, la.
Oh, I hate it.
La, la, la. Okay, bye, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Emily!
But sorry about the mess. I don't think it's this bad in real life.
Where'd the killer go? It has to be looking for us, right?
Not anymore. It saw the door was open and made a break for it. I don't think it liked being here either.
Things are going wild up above. You should see it.
Up above? We can't go back up there.
You'd rather take your chances out there?
Shit, man.
Good point.
What?
Huh? Oh.
Oh, that's different.
It's not a wild classical haunted house anymore.
Oh,
It's just
it literally is
Oh.
a box.
it's just a house. Just a normal house with a normal attic.
Yeah. If you went down the elevator, I kinda lived and died a few more times, and
Jeez, really?
yeah. Don't worry about it. But every time I came back, it seemed like the house was changing. It got a little smaller, less colorful, a little sadder. More like I actually remember it.
Let's take a look around, I guess.
Knock yourself out.
A wooden box with a switch and a light bulb. This is the accumulator, I guess. From before Nest's obsession made it a messed up, mad science machine. Read letter. Parker, I'm watching the sunset over the lake as I write this. The garden I told you about has finally begun to pay off. The zucchinis are just beginning to flower. My tomato plants are bearing big misshapen fruit. My basil has come in a bit wimpy this year, but it does just fine for a light caprese salad on a night like this. I think back on the dinky little garden I tried so hard to cultivate in your side yard that summer, where everything I planted was choked out by that simple rogue watermelon vine, and how we checked on that wayward little watermelon every day. Joked about the seed-spitting contest we'd have when it was grown, and of course those rat bastard squirrels beating us to the punch when we found that hollowed-out rind. You were crying, laughing, and I was just plain crying. Such a silly thing. Speaking of silly things, have you heard from any of the old gang lately? You'll never believe it, but I find myself getting lonesome out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure you understand the feeling. It is a joy to live alone, yes, but I find myself missing the sounds of poorly picked guitar in the morning, the inexplicable clunks in the bowels of the house, the smell of the damp cellar mixed with clove cigarettes, the art projects, the experiments, the conversations we all had sitting on the steps outside arguing about nothing. Kids sometimes come down to the shore off my property and smoke grass. The smell drifts up here and drives me crazy with nostalgia. They believe they're being sly, and I'm happy to let them think so, just so long as I can enjoy their distant laughter and fun. It makes me miss you and that house and those people very much. I wonder if we could corral all the old folks back together for some sort of reunion, an exchange of ideas as we would have called it then. It would be lovely to see some familiar faces again and do, well, whatever it is we aging punks do with ourselves now that we're no longer cool or relevant. Not that we really ever were, anyway. Honestly, real. So enough of my navel gazing. Are you well? What are you working on? Tinkering with? Is that cat still hanging around your back door? Do you have any books to recommend? Please drop me a line whenever you find the chance. I do so love to pick that strange brain of yours. Warmly, C. Aww. Clara, I found these while cleaning, and since I'll be around the post office today, I wanted to take a moment to send them to you.
Aww.
They're from another time, but somehow I still think of these feeble lines and the hands that drew them. Parker. Don't call her lines feeble. Rude. Guess this is an old Grubsoft game. Looks scary. Oh. Pird mystery. Kawaii Gemu no. Yes, it's literally scary game something.
Scary game.
Scary game something. I don't know what
Oh my
the
God.
That's
kanji
funny.
is. Talk to Francine. So I guess when we're ready, we just flip the switch on the accumulator?
Wait, that's the accumulator? It looks like a closet.
Yep. It's just totally normal, creepy old pseudoscience box.
Jeez. Why not give it a try, I guess? It worked the last time.
What happened to the others after I left?
The other kids? They all disappeared. Not long after you went into the elevator, they were just gone. And then the elevator came back up and the killer got in and went after you. That's when the house started to change.
What happened to this place?
I have no idea. I mean, I guess I have some idea. You saw it. It was falling apart. It feels like it shed the layers we had put on it. Like it turned back into Nest's house as it actually was.
With all the emotional burden we had put on it.
Exactly. I guess. By the way, what was the deal with those fleshy little creatures? The little jiggly things in Nest's house.
I thought they were kind of cute. They really creep me out. They sort of remind me of the killer. Bipedal flesh lumps kind of going through the motions of human behavior. But like baby, almost like the killer had more reference material to pull from.
That was this time where one had gotten injured and was dragging itself towards me, whimpering and stuff. It started nuzzling against my leg like it wanted me to pet it. So I did. Until it died.
Oh my god.
I think that might have messed me up more than most of the times I've watched you guys die.
Ugh. What did its skin feel like?
Like wet velvet.
Huh.
Ugh. Who would have guessed this place was made out of meat?
Definitely not me.
Do you think this place has been making us out of the same stuff?
Don't? No. I refuse to entertain this possibility.
What do you think happened to Nest?
In my heart of hearts, I think I'm kinda charmed by him, in spite of everything. I wanna hope he got older and wiser somehow.
There's a letter over there from Clara. The tone is like she's a little older and wiser herself. Sounds like Ness got back in touch with her at some point. She's not really replying like he's a preening, obnoxious jerk, so I guess he did something right.
It's pretty heartening. Clara seems genuinely interesting and sweet. I feel weirdly attached to this idea of her.
Which might just be Nest's idea of her.
Speaking of Ness ideas, did you read his doofy sci-fi?
Oh yeah, very bad.
I can see the pamphlet now. Are you at risk for becoming a baby man?
See anything interesting in the sky? No, you don't. Go inside.
The drawing on it is off like an old cigarette ad looking guy with lightning shooting out of his eyes, like an old prog rock album cover.
And the drawing's bad.
And the drawing is really bad.
I miss you.
I missed you too, dummy.
Even if he only had a little time left, I hope that after all this he figured out how to stop being a shut-in. I hope that after all this I figured out how to stop being a shut-in.
You're never too old to have not figured any fucking thing out, I guess.
I always thought you had it more figured out than me.
Well, I'm glad the elaborate ruse of my entire personality worked.
What do you think happened to the other kids after they disappeared?
I guess the same thing that's gonna happen to us.
Yikes. Did we ever end up working out our shit?
I don't know. Maybe. I like the thought of it.
Me too.
Did you ever hash things out with Laura?
I don't remember. I hope she found a better roommate at least.
Do you remember anything that happened after this?
I don't even know what year it is. I want to look around some more. Can I go downstairs? No, I can't.
You know, this reminds me of like dreams I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's just like keep reliving a certain moment.
And I'm like, I know I am not in this moment for real,
Yeah.
but I don't know what else there is.
Yep. All right, well, I guess I'm ready to
Finally.
go. I'm ready to go.
I am too.
Please, let's get together soon. I'm really gonna miss you, Francine. I'm so goddamn glad to be out of here. Let's get together soon, okay? It was good seeing you.
No, it wasn't.
Well, got an achievement.
Is this just us? Leaving our house for the first time in months? no, wait, no, but no, wait, but no, but eh? Wait, no. Wait, no, I have questions.
So many questions.
I have questions. I have questions. I have questions.
This is one of those things where, like, there was several stories happening at the same time, but all we saw was the horrifying part of it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That was actually really fun, though. I really enjoyed
That was
it.
really good.
Oh, such good writing.
I love...
You want to talk theories? I love talking horror theories.
Yeah, I first of all, I just want to talk about, like, this is just such a well-made game in the fact that, like, it feels like games that we've played as kids and teenagers, and then just, like, putting it all together in even a modern setting, but, like, bringing out, like, something that's so real, like, dealing with mental illness and just, like, depression and all of that stuff, and, like, what it's like to be an adult, because sometimes you used to, you know, you were a kid, and now all of a sudden you're an adult, so what the fuck, you know? Like, that's beautiful. And I as a game designer, oh god, I'm so happy I played this.
Yeah,
this was really good. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it more watching you play, KT, because I was never gonna play this game.
Oh my god, no. Yeah, you did so good.
Thank you guys for your
game...
support, and your taking notes for me helped so much.
It did such a good job in building a narrative, and also, even though we didn't get everything in order, it still was like we could keep track of what was happening. And like you said, like how it created the feel of nostalgia for us that these characters were feeling, and by referencing games from our past and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, theories, because I love horror theories. If y'all want to hear what I think it's about, it's a metaphor for when you fall apart in a friend group, and there's that moment when everything falls apart. The house, everyone goes back to that memory of the last time they got together and things got worse, and you can't get out of that cycle. Until you do. You talk to the person that was always there with no matter what. Francine, for instance. There's at least one friend that still wants to be around you, even if everyone else drifts away.
Yeah.
You're stuck in the house, essentially.
Yeah. I also thought it was interesting that it referenced Alzheimer's a lot, and a lot with Alzheimer's has to do with clock. That's actually how they test how far along someone's Alzheimer's is by having them draw a clock, and so they will keep seeing how far along it is based on, you know, how deteriorated the clock gets.
So was it like, what's his name? What was his name again? Nest was going through Alzheimer's. And it was kind of his will imposed upon the house because of time being really hopeful for him as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been. It could also be, like, I know the girl, Emily, she spoke about her grandmother having Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
You know, there's, like, this idea where you get stuck in the past, and, like, she mentioned about how, like, even, you know, your friends and family members can kind of get these, like, you can mistake them for enemies. So I thought that was really interesting. And, like, even how KT mentioned about, like, OCD, there was a lot of, like, elements there.
Yeah, because I feel like going on, like, that theory of, like, the Alzheimer's, like, especially what I thought was interesting is that, like, I hope I can see you again. And I don't know if all of the three choices would have ended up on the same thing. That, or if it was just because I didn't interact with Francine enough, that it suddenly was like, you know, I'm never actually going to see you again, because this isn't me right now. This is a version of me that's living, you know, the same moment over and over again. You know, that theory they have of, like, you know, when someone dies, they, you know, re-experience their life, like all of their neurons, you know, like your life literally flashes before your eyes, or you live the same moment over and over again, to see if, like, you would do something different, and just like that's just what your brain just knows what it's doing, and it gets stuck there. And so like the echoes, what they say, like, oh, sometimes ghosts relive the same moments because it was like so intense, so maybe that's also what it is, like something just really intense happening and living over that over and over again.
Yeah, I would also say that like M, obviously heavily implied and probably true, was a homebody, and it became more and more and more of a homebody that stayed inside.
Yeah.
To the point where people
And
saw
the
her
home
differently.
is a body.
Yeah.
And the home is a
The
body.
home is a body.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
a
in
flesh.
the title.
So your home becomes who you are. The longer you stay inside, the more your home reflects your mental state, in general. So like usually, as you saw, her house got worse and worse because she was getting worse and worse. Even though they're in a time loop, to Francine, I'm really sorry about the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, the house, the walls are made of flesh, my girl. Like, it doesn't really matter. But she couldn't help it, because if someone were to come into her house, it's like, I'm really sorry about the place, even though we're in this really detrimental situation.
Yeah. Like that shame of like not being okay.
Yes, I really think the homunculus was her, just another part of her. How do you put it? The rumination, like everything coming together, all those negative emotions made life, ending friendships like a killer would in a house like this, of killing all your friends, kind of situation.
Especially because like
sometimes you gotta kill your darlings to move forward.
Yeah, but I think that's really interesting too, like taking into account that like the scissors were on her desk and it was half of a scissor, so it's like half of yourself. And as a person with OCD, like one of the things is that you feel like you're fighting this like darker version of yourself, because like it has impulses that like you can't control. That's why it's called obsessive compulsive disorder. It's not just counting things. It's not just like doing little rituals. It's like there's a part of you that you are like actively fighting because it wants, to do things that you don't want. Like, this might be a little TMI, but like my
thoughts,
like my
how
OCD,
dare you describe me?
Yeah, like my OCD, I don't have like regular OCD, like your typical like counting numbers and stuff like that, though I do do stuff like that and have like rituals, but mine is specifically OCD harm, which is the kind where you're worried about hurting yourself and hurting others, and like that could be like an idea of like how the killer was being projected. Like it's a thing that hurts. It hurts the people around you because you get those like unfortunately dark impulses of just like do a thing that's bad, like kill someone in Minecraft, but like I especially like as a person with OCD, this is like the easiest way I can describe to somebody. This is what it feels like. And like, especially when you're untreated, when you're undiagnosed, when you have no idea what's going on, it feels so scary. And so like making it a horror game is so smart. It's so important because it does tell you what exactly, like it does show people this is what it feels like. This is what it's like. So like if you're ever worried that like, oh, this person's just being weird or whatever, and it's like, no, just sometimes this is what happens for you, dude. This is what your brain does. This is your brain on OCD, man. Not that it makes you a killer. I definitely don't want to imply that. Exactly. It's just like that's what you think you are. You believe yourself to be the nasty thing.
It's like very damaging. Like it's just like you are repeating these thoughts over and over again. Where it's like you're gonna kill somebody. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Like
in Minecraft.
It could be a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, some people have other type of unwanted thoughts and stuff like that. And it's not that you're going to act on them. It's just like your brain just like literally keeps feeding it to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think for me it's one of those things where it's like I wish more people knew about that.
Yeah.
Like it's even like as me as an adult, there are things that I'm finding out about my own, you know, disability, whatever you want to call it, as I go along the way, where I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second, you're telling me that I'm okay? It's just I'm perceiving this weird? Huh.
Mhm.
Interesting. Good to know. But it's like it's rough. It's rough, and like know that if you do suffer from anything like that, you know, and like you feel like it's a certain kind of a thing, like no, you're not a monster. You're okay. First of all, there's the l'appel du vide, the call of the void. That's a real thing. Where it's just like do the thing. That little devil on your shoulder. It's like do the thing, and then sometimes it goes a certain way, and you're just like, wait a minute, that's awful. Normal people shouldn't think that, and it's all like. Correct. There's possibly neurotypical people who don't have that thought, and sometimes you have to go check it out. But hey, that does not mean that there's something wrong with you. You're not a monster. You're not bad. You're valid for who you are. And there's help for managing those things, and a lot of it ends up just being like your own anxiety about your problem, right? You're like your issue, and it ends up feeling like you're stuck in this loop that I can never fix it, and da-da-da-da. Oh my god, a time loop was the perfect way to describe this. What?
Rumination.
I fucking love horror that like is a metaphor for something deeper.
Yeah.
I fuck with that shit so hard. That this is my new favorite game, I think. But will I play it myself? Probably not. But it is on my holy hell, this was really good.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna play because I want to know what the fuck happened to Pete. What Pete? Why?
Yeah, what happened to Pete?
The other characters of like what? Like,
yeah, like should I have been talking more with people? Like what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's so weird.
I'm really excited. I'm glad I got to do this. I got to do this with you guys.
Good.
This was very fun.
He did a really good job. Like it was terrifying as hell once. Like
so good, and
you're really good.
I got this.
It's here's what makes horror games a little less fun for me sometimes is that I'm like too game dev pilled, so I'm like this is just nothing, so I'm just like move out of my way. I want to figure out how to fucking finish this thing.
Yeah, totally get that. It's like where you're like, oh, I know what this says.
I know what you're doing here.
I know what this says. I know what you're doing.
You sneaky game dev. It's also so funny how like even the same jump scare every single time is like my butthole pucker, and I'm just like
seriously.
Please. Like the one that really got me was the fucking giant one in the bed. Just like hanging on the corner of the wall, just like looking around. Just being
so
like,
scary.
What are you doing here? And then Gary just standing right next to it, like, oh, that's fine. That's hilarious. No, that's great. Gary, there's nothing wrong. Okay.
Gary's like, I don't give a shit about nothing.
Nothing. And then I'm moving my screen back to Monday. So yeah. Oh, that's what you were screaming. I didn't realize that was what you had been screaming.